No way, no way, no way, no way. What? What? This is my maxed Grandmaster Ironman account. Or more specifically, Group Ironman, in case anybody, wants to be all up in arms about that. I'm a solo gim. I do have another account that's attached to it on the side that I had been playing early in the year, although it is kind of inactive right now. It's a 50 defense account. Nevertheless, I digress. We are currently working on Phosani's Nightmare, or the Nightmare grind in general, in order to get full Inquisitors and the Nightmare staffs, Nightmare staves, that come along with it. Let's take a look at the collection log here. We've been working on Phosani's for quite a while now, and we're up to 700 KC. Our log is looking pretty good, honestly. Very little dupes. In fact, we only got the second Nightmare staff pretty recently. And if we're looking for dupes here, if we're going to get one, the staff is the best one because, well, we could use up to 3 of them and make use of those without having to constantly dismantle and then combine the orbs to the staff over and over again. So nice quality of life if we end up getting 3. But in terms of the armor set, we're missing the plate skirt, and then the orbs, we're missing the volatile, which is not as relevant. That's mostly a PvP one. And then the Eldritch orb, which is going to be nice in some situations. But we already have our hands on the harmonized orb. And actually, we absolutely spooned the Jar of Dreams not that long ago. I don't know if we're ever going to get the pet. The pet is actually more common than the jar. So, I mean, I guess there's a chance, I suppose. But anyways, let's get to it. Just as I start this first KC of the session, I realize I'm on the wrong spellbook. Luckily, I'll use my max cape here to swap onto the correct one. Now I can summon my thralls and use depth charge. Here we go, entering in rage phase for the first KC of the session. Can we get off to a good start here? The KC was a little bit rough. If you look over to my inventory, I'm actually completely out of food. So I was making a lot of mistakes, but nevertheless, we got through it. And we will be rewarded with 16 Runite ore. You may be wondering why I'm even bothering with Phosani's. Well, my account is at that point where the only grinds left to do are Corp, Phosani's, and personally, I still have the Void Waker grind to do. A lot of people like to get that out the way early, but I definitely avoided it for the longest time. And hey, I even became Grandmaster without a Void Waker. I did try to get one, but I've just had no such luck, especially not at Calvarion. So nevertheless, here we are at Phosani's, and maybe by the time this video releases, or maybe sometime in the future, at some point, Inquisitors will be great again. Crush will be very important. Hey, maybe Raids 4, who knows? Pure speculation on my end, but above all else, I guess at the very least, the Inquisitor's armor does look cool. We're missing the plate skirt right now, but honestly, the Blorva plate legs go well with it too, but obviously the plate skirt is going to complete the set, and that would be very nice. Alright, checking in at KC 713. Gonna head in for one more KC for the night. We started at 700, so 14 KC, just about under 2 hours. Well, I've definitely been logged in for over 2 hours. It's not like I've been, really camping, sitting here at my chair, not leaving and stuff. I've been taking it pretty easy, but 14 KC for this first session in the night, not bad. We'll continue this grind tomorrow. Let's see if we can get anything good to close out the night, though. Our last drop we pulled was actually our second Nightmare Staff at KC 636, and when we pulled it at that point, we were actually lucky in terms of the number of items. So can't really complain there, but I will say, because we quote-unquote spooned it, it has been quite a while, and it will be a while until we see the next item, unfortunately. But then again, we're just speaking in terms of what we can expect based on the math. For all we know, we could pull a double drop, which I believe actually is possible. You could get an orb and like any Inquisitor's piece, I think, or even a staff. But I wonder what the math on that is. Probably very, very unlikely. But we could pull that right now. One could hope. All right, here we go, entering in rage phase. Pretty good claw spec there. And ironically, the mace is not hitting so well, even though the Dragon Claw accuracy is actually very poor, and the mace accuracy is obviously very good. But there we go. What are we getting? Some nature runes. Another login session. Time to pick the whiteberry bush, as we do. Let's take a look at the starting Phosani's Nightmare for today, 714. Now, obviously, I've never mentioned this in the past, but we do have 8 Nightmare KC, and that's mostly just for doing the combat achievements in order to get Grandmaster. Now, I will say, though, in those 8 Nightmare kills, when I went for Perfect Nightmare, I managed to see, not get, so there is a difference there. I managed to see a Inquisitor's top, so I guess that was pretty lucky, even if it wasn't in my name. Only doing 8 KC and seeing a drop. The farm contract for right now is the potato cactus. Well, I gotta clear this patch first and plant a new one. Here on Fossil Island, one more thing to do before we get started on Phosani's again, and that's a birdhouse run. I still try to do at least one of these a day. Nice little passive hunter EXP, as well as obviously the bird's nest, which in all honesty, I'm not in short supply of right now, but I don't know, it's just something that's low effort to do. A nice routine to do every time you log on. I mean, I don't actually do this every single time, but I try to. Sometimes when I'm really amped for a certain grind, I definitely just skip over this. For example, when I was doing sailing, I was doing nothing but sailing. I didn't do any other content but sailing until I was 99. Nevertheless, yeah, let's just head over to the final birdhouse here, and then let's get geared up for Phosani's. I would like to get up to at least 750 in this session, which is going to be about a 3-4 hour session, which isn't too bad, but we are going to have to lock in if we're going to want to reach that, I think. All right, let's go get geared up. All right, this first KC has been kind of rough, but we are heading into Enrage phase now, and should be able to secure the KC unless we just start missing. We do have one bluefin tuna in our inventory right now that we're going to eat. And let's see what we're going to get for the first KC of the session. Oh, we did take a fair bit of damage there, actually. Some bass. Okay, classic. The infamous bass drop. As an Ironman, when you're on any grind, but especially on a grind as long as Phosani's Nightmare, you're going to be curious as to how long it may take in terms of hours or in terms of the number of KC you may need to complete a collection log for that boss. Well, here at Phosani's Nightmare, excluding the pet and the jar, which by the way, we are fortunate enough to have spooned the jar, which is I think like a 1 in 4,000 or something like that. Crazy. Oops, just stepped next to a spore. But yeah, a 1 in 4,000 jar. We're not even including that. Or the 1 in 1,500 pet. I think that's the rate. Well, excluding those, it still takes about 6,000 KC on average to get all 3 orbs, each of the Inquisitor's pieces, the mace, and at least 1 Nightmare staff. So yeah, Nightmare is one of the last grinds for Ironman for good reason. For one thing, I mentioned this before, but Crush Armor just isn't that integral to the overall PVM arc right now. There's not too many Crush bosses or mobs even. So it's really not that important in that regard, but when we're at this stage of the account, and right now in real time with the things left to do in the game in terms of PVM and PVM items, I mean, I'm just here, you know, but I don't know if I'm going to be here for 6,000 KC, I'll tell you what, though. Especially since one of the orbs, the volatile orb, is really not that relevant to us as an Ironman. We're not going to be PvPing or anything like that. My main motivation at Phosani's right now is to complete the Inquisitor set, and obviously we are just 1 plate skirt drop away from doing so. Now we have to do about 1,283 KC, on average anyways, to complete the full Inquisitor set. This isn't including the mace, this is just the armor set. I mean, obviously we already have the mace, we're using it. But if we're looking at it from that number, we're not too far off. We're about 500 KC off right now, and while that is a lot, I think I can do another 500 KC. I don't know how long that might take for us, but I could see myself doing another 500 KC. Let's just hope we don't go dry, right? Anytime I try to talk while doing Phosanis, it just goes south really, really quickly. We are now down to 1 bluefin in our inventory. But again, let me lock in and hopefully finish this KC out. This is why I try to, you know, talk about things when I'm actually not in the Phosani fight. Oh, that's not good. And more so when I'm like on the way or just standing at the bank or something. This was a hard-fought KC, although maybe I shouldn't speak too soon, but I think we have this in the bag. 16 damage to go. We're completely out of food. We could proc redemption still. Okay, there we go. What are we getting? Prayer potions. Always nice to get. No way, no way, no way, no way. What? What? Full Inquisitors, no ink dupes. We got 2 nightmare stabs, but oh my. What? What? Let's take a look at the collection log here. I just came back from dinner too. This is only like 2-3 KCs in. Post dinner. We're at. Let's open the log. Oh my god. That's KC 735. Look at this collection log. What? Like what? This RNG is insane. I almost have to question it. Does Phosanis have that feature like at Perilous Moons where you can't get dupe pieces, or like at Araxor when you get the Noxious Halberd, you're guaranteed to get a full halberd completion, each of the 3 pieces? I don't think Phosanis has that feature, right? I think they talked about potentially having that, but I don't think they ever integrated that. I think this is just insane RNG. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so Splock in my clan chat here is saying that they were gonna propose that and change it to that, but apparently people didn't like that idea, so they just improved the drop rate. So now we see a drop every 1 in 13 KC or so. Now here we are at the bank. Let's put, where did my Inquisitor, oh wait, I'm wearing it, duh. Okay, let's take it off real quick. Let's put it in the bank to get its placeholder. Just as we did with the helmet, we're replacing the bank filler. And I guess I'll de-equip bank all my gear. There it is, the full set of Inquisitors, and I think the mace is down here somewhere. Okay, the bottom half of this tab is a little messy from all the sailing related stuff. But yeah, there's the mace and full Inquisitors. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Of course, we are still missing 2 orbs, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm still just so shocked that I actually got full Inquisitors without any dupes. Well, I just got done with a hard mode top session that was... Hello, I'm speaking here. I just got done with a hard mode top session after getting the full Inquisitors set. Currently it is a Tuesday night and tomorrow's update day, right? And I just found out I'm gonna be losing my Zuck helmet. I'm going to need to do some Slayer here to pick up a Griffin's task. Well, first, apparently I have to unlock them first, and I don't have any points. I legitimately have 0 points right now, so I guess I'll be doing a bit of point boosting, and then point skip or task skipping to get myself a Griffin task for Shellbane Griffins. Okay, cut. I was operating under the assumption that 1 month after sailing release, surely this was going to be the week where they release Shellbane Griffin combat achievements. Also, to be honest, someone who told me that they were coming out, and for some reason I just fully believed it. I guess because, you know, it should be coming out. Most combat achievements come out only a few weeks after the initial release of the boss. Okay, back to the live recordings. But just know that I'll be operating under the assumption that tomorrow is Shellbane Griffin combat achievements. But in post, we now know that's not the case. But also, ironically, by the time this video comes out, Shellbane Griffin CAs probably will be out. First order of business, I have to get rid of this task I'm currently on. Mutated Zygomites. They're probably quick to do, but no thank you. It sounds terrible. 22 cows. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna do some Turiel boosting, Aya boosting, so we can do this real quick. Doing my cow's task, we got a sandwich lady, baguette, triangle sandwich. Never mind, not interested. You know what? Actually, I'll take it. All right, we got done with 9 Aya tasks. What are we gonna get? 20 dark beasts, we can do that nice and easy, quick as well. Definitely not the most cost-efficient way to do dark beasts as I'm swinging my scythe, but you know what? It's going to get the job done quicker. Just 2 more to go, 1 more after this one. We should be getting a fair amount of points since I did 9 Aya tasks before doing this Duradel, or Curadel task, I should say. I did contemplate doing a Konar task, but I mean, you just never know with Konar. It's always a bit of a gamble. You could end up with a pretty terrible task to do. 20 Dark Beasts is not so bad, though. And as I'm yapping away, we are done. We just got 75 points. I think I am going to have to do another task, though. We're looking for griffins. Oh, those are Aquanites. Oh, right at the bottom. Stephen Curdell will be able to assign griffins as your task. 80 points. So yeah, we're 5 short. So Curdell, what kind of task are you going to give me? 109 worms? We can definitely do that. Alright, my first instinct was to come to Mount Karom in the Slayer dungeon here and do the worms that are just over there. However, we should be going to the Lava Strykewyrm so that we can farm some Dragon Metal Sheets and whatever else they might drop. I haven't done any of those yet, and we do need Dragon Metal Sheets for sure if we plan on upgrading our boats. Alright, we have geared up and we're currently sailing to Charred Island where the Charred Dungeon is, and that's where the Lava Strykewyrms are located. Let me actually open up the map right now just to make sure I'm heading in the right direction. I think we have to head a bit more east. Charred Island is right here, and it is actually just south of Pest Control. However, I'm sailing from Deep Fin Point right now, but it's not too big of a deal because, well, I got a Rosewood haul, so we're a pretty speedy boy right now. No idea why I have the Royal Seed Bod in my inventory. I don't even know how that got there, honestly, but I guess we're working with that now. And we have made it here. Let's disembark. There's actually a guy here. What? In full, well, not quite full, but dragon armor. Interesting, interesting. There are facilities to be built here. Looks like this is an anvil space. And more importantly, this is a bank chest space right here. So we could get a bank chest built here if we really wanted to. I just can't be bothered with that right now. Oh, and there's some hunting. Oh, red salamander spot. Okay, okay. Interesting, interesting. There is a sheer drop below the hull. You'll need a... No! Oh, that is tragic. Okay, at least I'll just sail back up north where Pest Control is to bank. And surely I have some rope in my bank. We are back and we have the rope with us. Hopefully we only need the one, right? Okay, looks like we're good. We're in. Oh, there's red dragons. Oh, there's... Oh, I thought it was just lava strykewyrms down here, but there's red dragons. Someone's got a cannon over there fighting... It's not rendering it for me, so I don't know what that is. Where are the lava strykewyrms? There's a fishing spot down here. Well, okay. Black dragons as well. Fire giants. Hellhounds. Wow, this is a pretty big cave. I had no idea. Those are rune rocks? Wow. Lesser demons. Where are the strykewyrms? Where are the strykewyrms? Necreals are down here. Oh, I think I see them. Oh, they're huge. Lava strykewyrm. Clanmates here. But yeah, looks like this is going to be pretty chill. They're aggressive too, so I could just turn on auto retaliate and just kind of chill. So we're doing lava strykewyrms because we want to get dragon metal sheets. Dragon metal sheets are 1 in 400 off task, but when you are on task, they are a 1 in 100. So with this task, I think it's safe to say that we might expect 1. And then if we're lucky, especially with the abrasive of oh! Well, there we go. Okay. All right. 3 lava strykewyrms. Actually, no, that was 4. 4 lava strykewyrms, and we got it. I couldn't even finish my sentence, but basically, if you are on task, they drop down from a 1 in 400 to a 1 in 100. So very good to do on task. We are absolutely printing sheets. Oh man, I'm just going to go ahead and drop these rune knives. I don't have room right now. Second dragon metal sheet. This is fantastic. Oh my god, that's a superior. Okay, magma strykewyrm. I guess we're just going to keep protecting melee. Is it going to mage us? It's not looking like it, so maybe this superior isn't too big of a deal, but... Oh, it It dug? You know, I dodged that, and I don't know if I needed to, but I have a strong feeling that you do, otherwise you're going to take massive damage there. Interesting, okay. I was just about to say, you know what, this Superior isn't that bad, and it probably still isn't that bad, because, I mean, we took 0 damage right there. But I can definitely see that dig attack doing massive, massive damage. Pretty interesting. Anyways, we are just over halfway through the task right now. Of course, we still got our slaughter bracelets to extend it a little bit, but 49 left to go. And we do have the 2 dragon metal sheets from pretty early on in the task. And honestly, I don't really expect to get another one. It'd be crazy if we got 3 in one task. Nearing the end of this task now, but one more Superior before we hit the road. Now, what I would want from a Superior, actually, is the Eternal Gem. I already have a Saturated Heart, so an Eternal Gem would be very nice for more... Oh, gotta move, gotta move. I almost wanted to just tank that, just to see how much damage I would take. I was sitting at 99 there. Surely it's not a one-shot from 99. But, you know, if I did die, it'd be kind of a pain to get back here, so yeah, let's not do that, you know? And we get ourselves 200 lava runes, adamant plate body, which we're not even going to bother to pick up right now because we're not on standards to alch. We did miss out on a fair bit of GP because we're on the Archaea spellbook, opting for Death Charge instead. But again, this is just because I don't have the bank chest set up top. And even if I did, it's actually a bit of a run. The Strykewyrms are at the end of this cave here. Like, to get in and out of this cave, we have to run all the way west. We can't even see the exit right now. We are done with the task. Let's get out of here. Let's grab our Karamja gloves so we can go to Duradel, Kuradel, you know what I mean. And before we click on assignment to get a new task, let's go to rewards, right-click rewards, scroll all the way to the bottom. It's going to cost us 80 points. We have 90. Wing spread. Confirm. Now, I don't actually know if it's going to be better to go to Steve or Kuradel, but considering we do have a block list set up with Kuradel, I guess I'm going to go ahead and 200 spiritual creatures. Well, so begins our grind to hunt for a task before we can even do any Shellbane Griffin. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of Slayer locked bosses, but I guess they work that way for a reason. We are a few skips in now, and I just remembered this feature from the Slayer Masters. We can actually view our list here and see the percentage, the chance of getting a certain task. So with Griffins here, we have a chance, a 4% chance. Okay. I suppose that's not the worst, but it's definitely not the best if we see the other things in our list here. We have like a 5.7%, we have a 6.2%. But yeah, now we know. This is all the time I have for now. I'm going to continue task skipping so that I can pick up a Griffin's task so that we can do the Shellbane Griffin combat achievements. Now, I haven't done the boss beyond just doing the Troubled Tortugan's quest, so I'm actually going to have to learn it, but I don't think it's going to be too difficult considering I got the job done without even knowing the mechanics to the boss, and I'm pretty sure the boss is just an early mid-game boss, so how hard could it be, right? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Honestly, this Shellbane Griffin detour could not have come at a better time because, well, after spooning the full Inquisitor set with the plate skirt today, I'm not really sure what I want to do at Phosani's. Do I keep going? I think I do, but I'm not entirely convinced with myself yet, so we're going to figure that out. But until then, I will catch you guys on the next one, where we are probably going to be doing the Shellbane Griffin combat achievements. So that was a lie. I guess we'll be working on more Phosani's, but this time with full Inquisitors.